My favorite Instagram apps are always changing. I'm Subi Zimmerman, and today I'm going to share with you my favorite apps that I use to enhance my Instagram post. I'm excited to share with you 3 different apps that I use in addition to Instagram to edit my photos. Now, like many of you, I have tried so many different apps out there, and I always say only use the apps that you enjoy and the ones that are easy to navigate and use. As you can see from looking at my Instagram folder, I do have a lot of apps in here. And there's 3 things that I want you to keep in mind when you are choosing apps to use for your business. Number 1, how does this fit into my Instagram theme? As you can see, my theme is very colorful. I follow the colors in the Instagram logo when I'm posting, and you see overtones of a nautical vibe when you scroll through. Number 2, does this image visually represent my brand? And number 3, finally, the most important is the photo a North Star photo? Meaning, is it of the highest quality that you are posting each and every time you post? All of the apps that I'm going to show you can enhance your photo. They all have great filters and they all have creative ways to do that. So let me dive into each one and show you. So the first all these apps are great editing apps in my opinion. Let me start with showing you Camera Plus. Now you're going to upload by just clicking that little flower icon, click on the plus mark, and then choose a photo from your camera roll. And I'm going to go in and I'm going to grab the one of Tina and myself. When you click on it, you just import. Now you can click on more than one photo at a time to bring them into Camera Plus. When you bring it in, you see this editing tool. I'm going to click on the edit brush, and this brings us into all the different options to edit the photo. So depending on what kind of photo you're uploading, whether it's a beach, cloudy, sunny one, there are different filters for that. Now I like to go right into the lab because the lab gives me a way to manually adjust the clarity, which is typically what I do. So I go in here and sometimes I play with the intensity to bump it up a little because as you could see from my Instagram feed, I like bright, vibrant colors. And then I go into the vibrancy boost and boost it up a little bit there as well. So I really like the way that looks. It's bright, it's colorful, and the energy is there that matches up to my Instagram feed. So I'm going to click on check, and I'm going to then click on done to export it. Now I can share this. I can save it to my camera roll. So I'm just going to save this to use for another time to upload to Instagram. FX also has great filters and a lot of different options for exposure and saturation and contrast and tints and a lot over here. But what I really focus on in this app are the overlays. So let me show you an example of an overlay. So we're going to grab that photo again. I'm going to move it a little bit with my finger here to position it and choose the photo. I'm going to go into overlays. Now when I'm doing sunsets, I really like it for that. I'm going to show you that in a minute. So the light leaks is what's really good, especially when there's a photo like the one that you're looking at here with Tina and myself on the deck overlooking the marina, and I really want to add some light leaks. So there's all different options for those leaks, right? That makes it feel like the sun's beaming down. And this is just a little bit of a leak. And obviously the intensity can change from a different area depending on what you want. So again, because I like the vibrancy of color, I am going to stick to a subtle leak over on, let's do, below, like coming up. I think that looks cool. And that's it. I'm going to check it. And I'm going to upload it on the top right. Now remember, there's all these other options as well. So I'm going to save that one to my camera roll. But what I want to show you inside of Instagram is a photo that I used for the sunset overlay. which is this one right here. I took a sunset photo and I used the overlay and I had options of a color combination to use. So let's go back into the app and I'll show you the sunset overlays right here. Really cool, right, you guys? Now, obviously, this doesn't work as well on this kind of photo, but I want to point it out to you because I am sure if you're like me and many other people who have success on Instagram, you are showing at least one sunset photo every now and again. So definitely play around with this app. It's a good one to use, especially for sunset overlays. Afterlight is a great app that you can also use to edit your photos. Lots of options here. What I like to use Afterlight for is more of the options of the filters within these categories here, original, guest, and seasons. You have to pay extra for the other two, but let's go into seasons because this is where I like to spend some time. And because I like the nautical vibe, I like to look at the sailor option. It definitely tones it down a little bit, and I like that. It feels good, but let's also go into bay, another word that is on point with my branding, and then I can adjust here. So I like the way that those look. I'm going to press check, and I want to point out, like Deluxe FX, there are those leaks. So a lot of the apps have the same features, and then they have a unique feature, and this is where I find using different apps is helpful and creative as long as they're on point with your branding. And I just want to take you down to the final tab on the right where you can do some cool things with frames as well. So I'm going to press done on Afterlight. Now you can share it directly to Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, or you can just save it. Of all the apps, to be totally honest, where I do spend my most time editing my photos are right inside the Instagram app. Typically what I'll do is use just two of the features. I want to show you all the filter options. There's so many that you can choose from. I do organize my filters and keep my favorite at the top. But when I want to edit a photo, I click into edit. I go right into the brightness tool and I bump up the brightness, and then I go to saturation. And these are the two places where I spend the most time. Now, if for any reason I have a photo that is not as sharp as I want it to be, and I love the photo, I will go into the sharpen tool and use that. So Instagram is where I do spend most of my time. Let me know in the comments below what your favorite Instagram apps are. I really want to know. And be sure to grab my free Instagram strategy guide. This is where I share tips, tools, and strategies to help you get started on Instagram. And I will see you on Instagram. Have a great day.